Cowboys, Bears, and how much more will be depended upon from their quarterback in Dallas, with the likelihood that Zeke Elliott does not play. He has that knee that got banged up last weekend in a game against the Lions. So the expectation is that Elliott will not play. Do they lean more on the passing game and Dak Prescott in his second game back? You see our analytics overwhelmingly like the Cowboys this weekend. But as we put the picks on the screen, someone here has Dallas on upset alert, and that someone is Sam Acho. Sacho, why are you riding with the Bears?
Part of the reason is the way that they played last week, and not just, oh, you beat the Patriots. No. It was one of those, for me, it feels like one of those like season-shifting moments, or maybe trajectory-shifting moments for the Bears. You win 33-14. So based off of that, you're saying, man, there's other games we could have won. We had a drop pass in the end zone in the very fourth quarter, could have won that game. Mm-hmm. We were up against Minnesota. They took it from us as we're driving at the last minute. Right. Could have won that game. Beat San Francisco. All those things. But outside of that, you're the number one rushing offense in the NFL. You're averaging 181 yards per game rushing the ball. Cowboys' running defense isn't that great. They're 20th, right? So you know you can run the ball. You also have a top 10 defense. Your young guys are playing good. Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon. And so I think this is one of those games where, though people will not give the Bears a chance, like they didn't give them a chance in New England, they're always around. They might find a way to win this game.
You know, RC, we made a big deal of this on Tuesday morning. The Bears had called, 13 designed rushes for Justin Fields in their first 6 games combined. Monday night alone, they called 12. So I actually like the way Sacho was thinking, that maybe this is a little bit of a change in philosophy. We saw the Eagles do that with Jalen Hurts mid-season last year. Change the philosophy. Let the quarterback with all the athleticism start running with the football a little bit. I like the way you're thinking. Does that mean they beat Dallas? I don't know. RC, how do you see it?
No, I think this game is a lot closer than people are going to give it credit for being right now. It's not just about Ezekiel Elliott being out. It is somewhat of a shift that we've seen in Chicago. And I'm going to say this, and people might call BS on it. Outside of Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields is the most explosive, athletic quarterback we have with the football in his hand. He's a guy who's a true low 4-4 quarterback. He's a guy who's also big and sturdy and able to take hits. And so I think when he has the football in his hand, it adds a total different dynamic to who the Chicago Bears are. And I said this yesterday. I did some radio about Jaden Daniels, who plays quarterback down here at LSU. And I said sometimes when you call runs for quarterbacks who are extremely athletic, it makes them better passers. It gets them into the game because they're more football player than just quarterback. And I believe that about Justin Fields. This game is going to be close, but in the end, I believe the Cowboys find a way to close it out because of the way this team rushes and turns the football over defensively.
Let me get the pride of Joliet, Illinois in here.
You want me to
Sure,
get into
give me
it?
a little.
All right. Well, first of all, where do you live? You
Real
live
quick.
in Chicago?
Neither here nor there.
You played for the Bears?
Yeah.
You played for the Bears
Chicago.
once? Okay, but if I was going to get into another personality, maybe like a super fan of the Chicago Bears, I might say that Sam Acho's the smartest man on this earth, okay? So, but first of all, let me talk about the best quarterback in the NFL, that's Fields. He's by far the best player. If we were going to put him in the Hall of Fame, I'd do it right now. But the Chicago Bears, of course, they're going to win this football game because they're the Bears. They're the best team in the NFL. But if I was going to be Rob Ninkovich, just speak from the heart and be a realist, I would say that the Dallas Cowboys are a better football team, and they're going to win this matchup.
Brooke, put a ribbon on it.
I wish that I had a split personality here, but look,
it's easy. You just
is it easy?
Have less than 243.5?
Yes, it is the unstoppable force against the very movable object, and that is what it has been so far for Aaron's Packers. And candidly, it's been quite a week for Aaron Rodgers, going back to when they lose to the Commanders on Sunday. Then he goes on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday. Let's sort of go through the week that was for Aaron Rodgers.
Guys who are making too many mistakes shouldn't be playing. Got to start cutting some reps. And maybe guys who aren't playing, give them a chance. People don't think I need to air that stuff out. That's their opinion. But I'm doing what I think is the best interest of our guys. I'm alerting everybody that this hasn't been good enough. One of those guys has a problem with it. I'm right here. I'd love to have a conversation.
All right, so there's been so much talk on this show about what he said. I'm going to get to the game in a minute.
If you have a conversation, you will get cut right on the
right
spot.
here. I have to hear RC's take on this. Just seeing his face. I've not yet heard. And RC's relationship with Aaron is well documented. What did you make of the week that was for Aaron Rodgers, RC?
Hey, Aaron must be back on them shrooms right now, bro. Like, come on, Aaron, man. Like, you can't. Come on, guy. You can't do this. And I get it. I get what he's saying, right? I get the bravado and the arrogance and the confidence that comes with what Aaron Rodgers has accomplished in his career. You know, one of you guys don't like what I'm saying, then you can come to me. Well, first off, he actually didn't point out anybody specifically. So you ever heard that saying, a hit dog, a holler? Now, if you come to Aaron Rodgers, you know you're the guy messing up, and you basically admitted you're talking about me. So that's the first reason you can't come to him. Here's the second reason. Aaron Rodgers doesn't seem to me to be the we can have an adult conversation and walk away like men type of person, right? He doesn't seem to be the dude that I can walk up to as Ryan Clark and be like, hey, man, look here, bro. Like, I think you need to stop throwing your teammates under the bus. I think you need to focus on you. Let's use the thumb more than the pointer finger and figure out a way that we can get this together. Because the one player that can be talked about in that locker room is Aaron Rodgers. He can say whatever he wants to about Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers ain't getting bitched. Aaron Rodgers is not going to lose his Hall of Fame status. The rest of these dudes are just trying to figure it out. And so while trying to, you know what's happened? Last week, somebody went up to Aaron Rodgers and they said, Aaron, we need you to lead us. Aaron, we need you to drive the bus that leads this team. Nobody in the world knew that he was just going to keep it in reverse and run over his teammates the whole time. The problem is this, man. I get it. He's at a point where he can say what he feels. Regardless of how loose he is in the head, there's no way he believes this is best for the young players on his offense. This was a bad move by Aaron Rodgers. He can accept it as a bad play. He cannot accept it as a bad play. But this is helping nobody in that locker room, including number 12.
I would disagree with that, RC, because I think I honestly think that Aaron Rodgers is doing whatever it takes, right? He said, man, I talked to these guys privately. That obviously didn't work. Now I'm going to air it out publicly. Hopefully that works. We're about to play the Buffalo Bills, who we have no chance against. We are a double-digit underdog for the first time in his career. And so he's like, man, if me talking to you at practice, after the game, before the game, in meetings, if that doesn't work, let me go say it publicly. And oh, by the way, I'm going to double down on what I said, not because I don't like you or hate you, because it's the only chance we have. I need to get somebody to wake up. And so I don't mind it. This is who Aaron Rodgers is. And he's obviously no one's going to talk to him. Who on that team could say as soon as you start the conversation, hey, Aaron, bye, you're gone. You're cut. Like, you're the guy who's going to leave.
Not only that, but he's so intimidating. I would slip him an anonymous note. I would write a little note Aaron, I didn't love the way you handled this. All right, let's leave it that we spent the week on whether he handled it right or wrong. Let's get to this. Here's the question, Sacho.
Yeah.
The question's on the screen. How do they pull off the upset in Buffalo?
They don't.
Okay.
They don't.
Right.
I mean, they asked me this question yesterday. I'm sitting here thinking, my first thought was, they could, no, they don't. They just, there's no, I don't know how to do it.
Any chance?
What do they do? They pray that everyone has bubble guts and they have some issue going on. They might have had some food poisoning. They hope that
bubble
something
guts.
is, that you get the bubbles. You never have that? You never had that before?
I hope not.
Well, RC knows what that is. Everyone's had a little issue every now and then. But anyway, let's think about, you don't, RC? Come on now. Anyway, yes.
I know what it is.
You know what it is. Everyone knows what that is.
And Buffalo's a bad place to have bubble guts, too.
It is a bad locker room. Remember we talked about the locker room?
It's like
there's only one toilet.
Yeah, it's terrible.
There's one
Greedy
stall.
doesn't know what bubble guts are.
I do now. Let's put the picks up on the screen. Brooke, help us here. Do we see it? Okay, well, there's a lot of Bills down there, and even I can't disagree with it.
Go against it. You want to go against it?
I usually go Oppo, but I can't do it here. No, 10.5 points we could talk about. Who's going to win the game? Let's not even. What do you think?
Maybe I was sipping on the ayahuasca. I don't know. But when I got that question, my first thought was the run game. Clearly you saw my pick. I don't think that they're actually going to win, but if they're going to at least cover, lean on your run game. That's the best part of this offense. If you can keep Josh Allen off the field, win the time of possession, you at least even it out a little bit. To me, those are the most reliable threats. But again, I was it's not.
They need to run the ball as they haven't all year,
Yeah,
and they
right.
need to play defense as they haven't all year. They need to do the things they haven't been doing that
can
we
change
thought
who
they
they
were
are.
supposed to be good at, and they need to do it at the best team in football.
And the issues are the team that they're playing, they're the best at some of those things.
Right.
Like Buffalo's the best on third down. Josh Allen is the best quarterback on third down, specifically third and short. So that's an issue. And then turnovers. I know Aaron Rodgers doesn't usually turn the ball over, but Buffalo has 10 picks on the year. That leads the NFL. 6 different players on the Buffalo Bills have interceptions. They've only allowed 6 passing touchdowns. And so all the stuff we're hoping for, like the way that the Green Bay Packers could find a way to win, Buffalo doesn't allow.
The one way, the only way, is you have to score points. You have to score a lot of points. It's not, can we run the football? Can we win the time of possession? No, you have to keep up with Buffalo because you know that Buffalo, they're going to score points. They're going to score touchdowns and not kick field goals, so you got to score points.
Oh, by the way, Alan Lazard is probably not playing the best and only really reliable receiver besides Randall Cobb, who's also not playing. So everything that could be going against Aaron Rodgers right now is none of us see an upset coming. Let's take a